today? Good. Great. How am I? Not so great, really. You know this right winger problem that I've got? Well, it's been compounded. You remember I signed a lad called Tanner, 29-year-old winger, came in, gave us some experience, had some decent stats for that right wing. Yeah, a couple of weeks ago he got injured and he was out for nearly 12 months. So he decided to retire and I've lost him completely now. So I've got Unwin, who fortunately is playing really well out on that side. He's only a young lad, but he's playing really well. And Zach Durnley, who I did sign last season, and he was okay in the National. Now we've moved up a league. He's actually only a fringe player, so not so great really. I suppose the positive is Unwin is playing really, really well. And I have brought in on loan McAllister to play in that position, who's a 4-star right winger. The only problem is McAllister's not hit the ground running. He's not playing that well, unfortunately. But I am having to play him anyway at the moment because Unwin's out injured as well. Injuries. It's the bane of my life. Anyway, on to more positive news. The league table, it's looking absolutely amazing at the moment. I'm chuffed to little mint balls. Yes, we're top of the league. We've played 21 games, 47 points. Look at the form. We've won all the last 5 games. Walsall are in second place, having played 21 games. 46 points. They're only a point behind us. They drew one of their 5 games. Notts County are in third. They're slipping away a little bit now. They're 7 points behind us. So since you were last with me and we crashed out of the FA Cup to Wimbledon, we've actually been doing okay. So the next game we played Southend at home. Luke Charman scored a hat-trick in that game. Absolutely brilliant. He's come back from injury and he's firing on all cylinders now. Charlie Brown, however, I think I have spoken about him before. I have had him previously and he's been a great goal scorer. And I'm not saying he's not going to be for us, but since he got his injury, he's only actually scored 2 goals for us. And that was in the 5-2 away win at Dartford. And he got 2 goals, 21st and 52nd minute. So ball into the box by Unwin, and Charlie Brown gets his first goal on the 21st minute. Then Charlie Brown himself clips the ball into the box, and there's a little bit of ping pong going on, but Unwin gets the second goal for us. Then they get one back, so we're at 2-1 now. Thought maybe we might have a little bit of a collapse going on, but no. Rowley, lovely free kick to make it 3-1. So ball over the top, Charman picks it up, Bolger, nice ball through to Charlie Brown, and the keeper makes a bit of a howler there for that one. I think he got a little bit lucky, but you've got to be in it to win it. And then Rowley for Charman, he does what he does best. Then we had a home game against York. We beat them 2-0. Charman again on the score sheet. Then we had the away game at Bromley. Big game for us that. Bromley still are in the playoff positions. So it was quite a big game for us. But we actually won 5-1 in that game. Charman got a couple of goals in that one as well. Rowley got a couple of goals in that one. And then we played at Oxford at home, beat them 1-0. Charman again with a penalty. Charman is he's just carrying on from where he left off last season. I'm surprised we've still got him, to be honest. I'm surprised none of the bigger clubs have come in for him, but let's keep that a secret, shall we? And then the last game that we played was against Barnet away, beat them 3-1. Charman again on the score sheet. Whitmore coming up from the back to get a nice header in there. So a nice 3-1 win. So today we're going to have 2 games. We've got Maidstone at home and then our entry into this year's FA Trophy where we're playing Wrexham away. I don't think we could have got a harder game than playing Wrexham. They've not started the season particularly well, but in the last few weeks they have started to put it together and they're climbing the division now. They are in the playoffs as we speak. So an away game against Wrexham in the FA Trophy will be a real test. So remember, we won that trophy last season and I would very much like to win it again. You know, you've got to play the teams that are put in front of you, so we will have to do well in that game to progress any further. Meanwhile, the Media Dream 11 is looking quite interesting. We've got a few players now who have crept into it. So if you remember early season, the only player that we had in there was Isted, the goalkeeper. He's been nudged out now by Harry Bourgoin, goalkeeper at Notts County. But we now have Cormina, the left wing back. The young kid, he's absolute. I think he's going to be a superstar for us. So he's crept in. And also McAllister, the right winger that I've been talking about, still hasn't played amazingly for us, but he is in the Media Dream 11. And if we just look at the predicted finishing places, Wrexham are still 2-5 to win the division, with Walsall behind them, then Woking, and we're actually in 4th place at 11-2 to win the division. Currently, we are top, but there's a lot of football to be played. Can we hold on to that top position? Well, we're going to find out whether we can carry on with it, because we're going to jump in the dugout now and we're going to play Maidstone. We'll see you very shortly. Well, welcome to Mill Farm. The observant amongst you will have noticed I've kind of changed tactic a little bit. Not really spoken about it too much, but given that we've got like 4 strikers, including Connor Carty now, I thought maybe play 2 up top, because I do want to give Charman and Charlie Brown some good game time. So I thought, what better than playing both together? So that's what I'm doing. So I've gone to 2 up top now. So the team for today is Isted in goal, back four of Cormina, Wiggett, Davis and Barrett, Gower and Bolger, the 2 in midfield. The wingers are Casada-Thorne and McAllister. Casada-Thorne comes into the team today, Rowley, very tired. So we're giving the young kid another start. And Charlie Brown and leading goal scorer, Charman, up front. So it'd be very nice to get a good performance out of Charlie Brown today. I mean, unfortunately, he has been injured. And it was quite a bad injury, so he has been out for quite a while. And Charman gets the first goal for us. Nice little header there. So Kawamina picks the ball up on the left-hand side, sticks it in there. Charman with a nice header. I'm not quite sure why. He's not wanted by anybody. Nobody seems to be that. I mean, he's not on the radar. Shall we keep it very quiet? I'm surprised he's not on the radar of a lot of teams, because he's stepped up to the National League and he's just carrying on from where he left off last season. He's just banging the ball in the back of the net. Unfortunately, he did get injured, which has kind of curtailed him a little bit. But was that his 14th or 15th of the season? McAllister with the corner. Slings the ball in the box. That was very, very near at the far post. Very, very near. So Charlie Brown on a 6.6 today. Again, not really ripping up trees. That was a poor ball. Wiggett, nice ball through to Gower. Over the top for Charman. Charman nearly breaks the net with it. Oh, he's offside. That would have been his 16th of the season. Yeah, definitely offside. And now Maidstone have an attack, but taken by Isted very confidently. So we're playing a lot more long ball as well now with the 2 strikers up top. So everything's going fairly long. We just have to make sure that we've got, unlike that, we have to make sure that we're accurate with our balls forward to them. But Maidstone have not had a shot on goal yet. And half time, we're doing okay. Good performance, keep it up. Charlie Brown, the 6-pointer. You can tell, can't you? I'm a little bit worried about Charlie Brown. He normally is a really good goal scorer. At the moment, it doesn't seem to be happening for him with us. He has scored 5, I think. Sharman again. 16th goal of the season. 2-0 up against Maidstone. McAllister made a nice little run there. He pulled himself back onside and just slid it into the box. And Charman. So Maidstone have had the first shot now. Couple of subs in midfield just to bring on a fresh legs. Also, Bolger was on a yellow. So Mundle and Dixon Bonner have come on in midfield. Speaking of Dixon Bonner, when I made all my signings, there was quite a lot of central midfield players came up, all looking very, very good, very attractive. And I did sign a lot of central midfield players. So players like Dixon Bonner not really getting a chance. Luke Charman, 17th of the season and a hat-trick in today's game. I mean, what was this buffoonery all about? Can we have some of them against Wrexham as well, please? Because that would be lovely if that happened against Wrexham. 3-0 up. Yeah, so saying about the central midfield players. Unfortunately, Dixon Bonner and the like. Nye as well, he's another one, very good player. They're just not getting a look in at the moment. Ball over the top. Header on to nobody. Davies picks the ball up. Instead, he's going to hoof this long. We're on a long ball tactic, remember. Hoofed long. Charman is on the end of that as well. And he's missed one. What? Charman missed one? That doesn't happen very often. McAllister with the corner. Out swinging to the far post. Charman's going to come and pick that up. He's working hard today, isn't he, Charman? Unfortunately, Mundle couldn't keep hold of the ball. Free kick in the dying minutes. Very central. Straight over the top. It's not Maidstone's day, is it? 15th in the table, Maidstone. Very, very nice win, that. Very, very nice win. Keeps the momentum going. What we're going to say to them, excellent win. And the important thing is, I mean, Walsall have got a game in hand on us now. We are 4 points in the lead, but we need to keep that momentum going now because we've got a really tough game now in the Cup against Wrexham. We'll see you in the dugout for that one. Well, if you like your Football Manager played the Gobby Gaffer way, why not subscribe and give me a like? That means I can come back, do a lot of waffling, be a bit silly, and we're all happy, right? Well, welcome to Wales in December. Let me tell you, it's very, very cold. Anyway, as you can see, Charlie Brownie's out injured and Davies, the centre-back, is suspended. So 1 or 2 changes for today, which is not ideal, really. Okay, so Obi comes in at the back for Davies and Fylde's coming in for Charlie Brown up front. So the team is Isted in goal, back 4 of Quamina, Wiggett, Obi and Barrett. Gower and Bolger are the 2 central midfield players. We have Rowley and McAllister on the wings with Fylde and leading goal scorer Charman up front. Can Charman do it again? We could do with a few goals from him today. We really could. So Wrexham get us underway. Again, is it a good thing to have a highlight from the kick-off? Ideally, we'll nick this and put it in the back of the net. But I'm probably guessing that's not going to happen. Ball forward for Mullin. Oh, he's at the post. Mullin, their striker, is media favourite to be top goal scorer in the division. So we have to be really wary of him. 8 minutes on the clock, nearly 10 minutes. We haven't got going today at all. Let's give them a little bit of encouragement. And I think we're just going to go attacking. See if we can actually force the issue a little bit. I'm not really one for sitting back and defending. Defend from the front, that's my motto. Ball over the top, nice header back to the keeper. Isted's going to hoof this up the field now. Can we get ahead on that? No, we can't. So Mullin's going to pick this ball up now from our hoofed clearance. Careful with it. Go on, Fylde. What are you going to do with this, Fylde? Oh, nicely. Ooh. Penalty, ref. Fylde played really well there. Showed lovely feet to dribble round and then got into the penalty area and just fell over. Charman with the penalty into the bottom right hand corner. We're 1-0 ahead. I have to say, very nice ground, Wrexham's, isn't it? We should earn a few quid from today. Is it 50-50 in the FA Trophy, or is that the FA Cup? Never really sure. We should earn something out of it. We do need the money in the bank. Gower forward for Charman. Charman, another penalty, ref! Another penalty! I never had a player sent off. Oh no. Oh, it wasn't a penalty. But we all know what happened last time the opposition went down to 10 men, don't we? Do I need to remind you? Hit the frame of the goal 3 times. 2 disallowed goals. Strikers missed 3 sitters and we got beat 2-0. Come on, lads. We're playing 10 men now. Don't give Mullin a chance at it. Over the top. We've been well on top in this game. Well on top. Well on top. Can we get to half time with a 1-0 lead? That should be easy for Kwamina. Nice ball out, to be fair. Charman, slip it forward now. Go on, McAllister. What's McAllister going to do? He's going to break the net with it. We're 2-0 in the lead at Wrexham. What a strike that was from McAllister. This was lovely football. Great ball out from Kwamina. He actually placed that ball, and then McAllister finishes it off by nearly breaking the net. 2-0 up at Wrexham. And they're down to 10 men. Oh, we're not even at half time. I got a bit carried away with myself there. Okay, so we start the second half playing 10 men, but this time the scoreline is reversed and we're winning 2-0, which is more likely what you would think would happen. And it didn't happen against Wimbledon. Come on, we need to stay switched on. Nice easy one for Isted, that. Isted, big hoof upfield. But Gower picks it up. Out to Kwamina. Kwamina's having a good game. He's down that left side. He's going to wing that ball into the box. Rowley's going to sling it in. Charman's going to... No, he's not. Thought Charman was going to put that on the back of the net then. Barrett now down the right-hand side. Charman! Oh, it's not very often you see Charman miss a header. It's on an 8.0, Charman. Fylde is on a 6.5. Fylde's definitely taken over where Charlie Brown left off. Okay, 3 subs. Brought Linton on at centre-back for Wiggett. He's not a centre-back really, but I'm a little bit short today because Davis and Whitmore are both suspended for today's game, which is not ideal. Brought Casada Thorne on. He can play, remember he can play all up and down that left-hand side. Well, hopefully he can. So he's come on for Kwamina. And I brought Dixon Bonner on in midfield. A little bit more energy in there. Jimmy Gower was tiring. Well on top in this game. Well on top. 21 shots, 7 on target. XG of 2.26 now. We've had more possession. And I think we're coasting here now. Isted with the long ball again. Hoofs it out over the top. Charman takes that ball really nicely. And Dixon Bonner with an absolutely amazing strike. Absolutely amazing strike. He's just come on the pitch. I mean, that was a lovely take by Charman. Lovely take. Just side foots it to Dixon Bonner and have a bit of that. 3-0 at Wrexham. Media favourites for the division title. And we win. We're through to the next round of our trophy. It's our trophy, this one. We won it last season. It's our trophy. So that was as good a win as you're likely to see. Real pat on the back for the lads. That was an amazing result. And we're through to the next round of the FA Trophy. Very nice indeed. Unfortunately, we only get 6,000 for that, which is not ideal really. I thought we'd have got a bit more than that. Our finances are not looking amazing. So it would have been nicer if we'd have got a bit more money. But 6,000, it's better than a smack in the eye, isn't it? You know, I'm reasonably happy with that. And the draw for the fourth round is taking place as we speak. Shall we have a little look? So we have another away game at Oldham. Should be an easier game, that one against Oldham. Yeah, so they're 21st in the division at the moment, not having the greatest of times. They beat Peterborough Sports to get through to the fourth round. They won that at home 3-2, but they've had 3 losses and a draw before that, so they're not on the greatest of runs at the moment. Anyway, Walsall have still not played their game in hand, so as it stands, we're at the top of the league by 4 points. I have to say, if I'm really honest, I'm a little bit surprised that we're doing so well this season. Maybe the signings that I made were better than I thought, and we have got a really nice little team together. I mean, there's no doubt in that. But when you move up from a division into a higher division, and like I said before, your playing teams have come down from Sky Bet League 2, so the competition is a lot more difficult. I thought maybe playoffs this season. I know the board wanted mid-table. I thought playoffs maybe, but to be top of the league at this stage of the season is really, really good, and I'm very, very impressed with what the lads are doing. Anyway, I'm going to do the usual, play a few games off camera now, and we'll be back very, very shortly for another couple of games in this really exciting season. And you never know, we might even get promoted. Can we even start thinking of it? No, it's a bit early, isn't it? It's a bit early. Let's not do that. We'll see you very shortly.